Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name's Mariella, and my channel is In the Kitchen with Mariella. Hey, if you would like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a comment, and share my video. I would like it a lot. Today we are going to be making Italian potato soup. So come on, let's get started. Okay, in our soup pot, over medium-high heat, we're going to brown up 1 pound of mild Italian sausage. The first time I had this soup, my aunt brought it to a family gathering. It was Christmas time, and I fell in love with this soup. This is the best soup I've ever had, actually. I mean, and it's good for you. So while that's frying, you want to have about 2 pounds of potatoes. I'm not making the full recipe. If you were making the full recipe, you need 1.5 pounds of Italian sausage. You need 2 to 3 pounds of diced potatoes. You need 4 garlic cloves chopped up, and you need a whole thing of cake. And then you need a cup of heavy whipping cream, and you need 6 cups of chicken broth. I'm not making the whole recipe because I've made this before and I froze it. And I don't like the texture milk becomes when it's been frozen and unthawed. So I'm only going to make enough of this soup for me to have for dinner tonight and tomorrow. But if you make the whole thing, and it might just be me, it might just be a texture thing that I don't like the way milk is when it's frozen. But so I'm not making the whole recipe, just enough for me for tonight and tomorrow. So while that is cooking, and I washed my potatoes, but I'm not going to peel them. I'm just going to dice them up. I don't know if Olive Garden still makes an Italian potato soup, but I think that's where she got the recipe from. But it's a good recipe. It's a good soup to make on a cold night in the winter. And what's so funny is, this is the third thing I decided to make today. I placed my Walmart grocery order, and I get a notification because I was going to make roasted butternut squash soup, but I get a notification that they don't have no butternut squash. I said, okay. So then I said, well, I'll just make my pork loin with the apple and fresh apple cider glaze. I will make that. Nope, they don't have no apple cider either. So this wins because they had all the ingredients I needed for it. Oh, let me tell you. This is something that I found very, very strange. When I went to place my grocery order, I was going to buy 2 whole chickens. They wanted $14.25 for 2 whole chickens. So I put them in my cart, and then I said, well, I wonder how much the rotisserie chickens are. Now, if they have them, and you can get them, they have the chilled rotisserie chickens for $4 a piece. And if they don't have the chilled ones, I bought 2 rotisserie chickens for $11. Now, this is what's so funny. They want to have $14.25 for 2 uncooked chickens, and I paid $11.97 for 2 cooked chickens. Now, does that make any sense? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to me. I am really shocked. This Italian sausage didn't have no grease. There's about a teaspoon of grease in here. Okay, we set that aside. Set that aside because I got to do the onion. Why didn't I do the onion before I started the potatoes? But yeah, unbelievable that I got 2 cooked chickens. And what was so funny was they were supposed to bring me the cold ones. But they said they didn't have no cold ones. So they substituted for the hot ones. I said, that's fine, whatever. Just give me the chicken. Because I figured that it's cheaper to buy the whole chicken than it is to buy chicken parts. If I don't want the skin and I don't want the bone, I can always take the skin and bone off of it. But I just couldn't get over that they wanted that much for 2 raw chickens. And I'm just roughly dicing this onion up. And that is one thing I like about the Walmart app, because sometimes they offer better deals on the app than they do at the store. Now I'm just going to saute this onion. I added a little bit of olive oil because there wasn't enough grease from the sausage. And I ordered 3 cloves, 3 heads of garlic. They didn't have none, so they substituted with 1. So later on, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be deboning rotisserie chicken and making bone broth. Because I got a huge stock pot that I can fill up with water and just put it on medium low, and it can cook all night long. I forgot to take my chicken bone broth out of the freezer, so I'm just using chicken bouillon. Because I do have some in the freezer. And since I was going to make more, I was going to use up the old that I have in the freezer. But I forgot to take it out. So you saute the onion and you dice up your garlic and you add it. And then you add your chicken broth. And then you add your potatoes. And you know what? I think 3 potatoes is enough in this pot for me tonight and tomorrow. So I'll put that one back away. So now we'll add our sausage back in, and I don't think I'm adding all this sausage. I will save some of it for another day. But yeah, that's how life goes. You think you're going to make one thing for dinner, and then you don't have the stuff to make it, so then you plan on something else, and then something else happens, and you're like, okay, third option, what are we having? So tonight we are having Italian potato soup. So now what I will do is I will prep my kale, because there's only 2 other things that have to go in this soup once these potatoes get done. And you want your potatoes to cook until they're fork tender. And what I'll do with these onion peels and garlic peels and the stems from the kale, when I make my chicken broth later, I will just add them to the stock pot. Because that's all nutrition and all flavor. And I had to buy kale because my kale is too little. To make this soup, I would have wiped out my whole kale. What you barking at? Oh, I have something to tell y'all. Okay, remember my air conditioner and my furnace? So, the landlord was here today. And I said, when you going to fix my furnace? What's wrong with your furnace? I said, you told me my furnace was broken, that I had to have a replacement. Have you tried it? I said, no, I haven't tried it. You told me I was broken. I don't remember. He said, tell me what we talked about. I said, I kept calling you out because my air conditioner kept freezing. I said, the last time you came out, I said, you told me that I had to have a new furnace because the motor was burned up in it. I said, so what are we doing? He says, oh, I remember now. He said, why didn't you call me? He said, I got to get a hold of the guy and see if he can give me a new furnace. It's like, dude, you are about to drive me crazy. Okay, I chopped up my kale. Now I'm going to rinse it under cold water. And as I rinse it, I'm massaging it. Okay, guys, I will bring you back when we're ready for the next step, when the potatoes get done. Okay, guys, we are back. Now I'm going to add my kale to our soup. And stir that in. And let it wilt a couple minutes. Now see, if I stopped right here, I could freeze this and be okay with it. And like I said, it might just be me. It just might be me with the texture thing of frozen milk. Okay, now that our kale has wilted down, now I'm going to put in a half a cup of heavy cream. And there you have it, guys. It is done. The soup is done. Oh, I know what I was going to do. need to taste this. Okay, you need the salt and pepper till you taste. I forgot the salt and pepper. So there you have it, guys. Italian potato soup. That's what's for dinner tonight. Okay, guys, let's taste it. It's hot. Mm-hmm. Great flavor. The Italian sausage gives it a lot of flavor. Don't forget to salt and pepper it, though, like I did. But it's really good. And if you wanted to make this spicy, you could add, instead of using mild Italian sausage, you could use hot Italian sausage, or you could add some red pepper flakes to it. But this is really good, and it doesn't take that long to make. So I want to thank you all for watching my video. Remember to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave a comment, and share my video. Also, the recipe for this will be in the description box below. And as always, don't let anyone steal your sunshine or your smile. Have a good day. Bye-bye.